Hello, my name is Alex, and this happened to me when I was 12 years old. I live in Latvia, in a very populated area. It's full of people. I called my friend. We decided to meet up at a local park. It was very late, like 1 a.m. We get to the park. We walked all around this park, and nobody was in this park. It's not usual since I live right in the center of the city. It's very populated, but I didn't think anything of it since it was 1 a.m. We were just walking around, and my friend brought a speaker. And, well, we were bored. Since we were kids, we wanted to mess around, and he played this funny sound effect in the park. We laughed, had a good time, and we walked for a few meters. Suddenly, we saw this group of people standing in a weird position. I told my friend, looks like a group of drunk homeless men. We didn't see anything from them because it was so dark, so we went a bit closer out of curiosity. We see these people. They're bald, bomber jacket, big black boots. They reminded me of skinheads. Skinheads are usually racists, and I was super scared because, well, I'm black. I told my friend, bro, let's get out of here. He said, why? I kept saying, no time to explain, we have to go now. He kept saying, why? But while I was saying to get out, I heard this deep voice shouting, hey kid, come over here! I was shocked. I froze. I didn't say anything. And they shouted again, I said come over here now! I was scared. I didn't say anything. I looked at my friend and he was terrified. When I looked back at them, they were running in our direction. I screamed at my friend, run! And we were terrified, running away as fast as we could. We sprinted out of the park. We didn't see anyone in the streets, but we saw a cafe. It was a public place, so I thought there will be people there, so we ran there. Before we ran into the cafe, I look behind me and I see that they're still chasing us with this evil smile cracked across their face. So we run into this cafe and nobody is there. We were bewildered. We wanted to find a bathroom where we could just lock ourselves in, call the police while we were locked in there. But we couldn't find the bathroom. We didn't know what to do. We looked behind us and I saw that they entered the cafe. We were at the corner of the wall and we had no other way to escape. We stood there. They ran up to us. One of them grabbed me and another one grabbed my friend. We're screaming for help, but nobody was in the cafe. The one who grabbed me had bloody hands full of scars and screams in my ear, shut up! You will come with us! He kept screaming this in my ear. They take us out from the cafe and they're pulling us back to the park. I was scared out of my mind. I closed my eyes and just started praying. I heard my friend crying, then suddenly I hear police sirens. These skinheads luckily just let us go and started sprinting away. We were terrified. We ran back home with fear, went to sleep, and the next day my parents returned from their work trip and we told my parents everything that had happened. My mom had the most terrified, estranged look on her face when I described what they looked like. After about 4 hours or something, someone knocked on our door. We opened the door, and it's the police. They said that we were super lucky to escape them because they had chased many other kids in the past. The police said they attack people, kidnap them, torture them. I was shocked, shaking, out of fear at the thought of what could have happened. Have you ever seen the Angel of Death? I believe I did, back when I was 4 years old. I'm 30 years old from the Philippines and not the kind of person who gets scared easily, but I'd like to share a story that bothers me to this day. Honestly, what I saw may have been an illusion, but the people who shared this experience with me are dead. Sadly, that includes my mom and 2 aunts. I'll start the story the way I remembered it. Quezon City, 1997 with strong rain outside. Every weekend, my mom and my aunts, along with their kids, gather together just to spend time with each other. It was like a family tradition they made, because most of my elders are all women. You know how they can be very sociable. If you're from Southeast Asia, you know how families sleep during sleepovers. We sleep together on sleeping mats with our cousins when all the beds in the house that we're visiting are already occupied. Sleeping together crowded inside a room makes the room temperature high. At that time, I didn't think of the cause of the heat yet because, well, I was just a kid, but I woke up in the middle of the night thinking that it was hot. When I opened my eyes, I couldn't see anything. It was pitch black. Apparently, the government turned off all the power in our city because of the heavy rain. I'm not sure if there was a typhoon at the time, but all I remember is hearing the sound of the rain hitting the roof and the strong wind outside. I cannot see anything, so I tried to feel my mom, but her side of the sleeping mat is empty. It means she's awake. When my eyes were able to adjust to the darkness, I saw my mom, my 2 aunts, and my aunt's husband hiding behind a wall near the stairway. We were at the 3rd floor of my aunt's house, and the stairs is only a meter away from the door of the room where I slept, so from where I was lying, you could see anyone who's going to go up the stairwell. I called my mother, "Ma?" and walked towards my scared aunts. They all looked at me and whispered to stay quiet. If you're a kid and you saw your mom and aunts hiding from something, you would be curious, right? I tried to peek from the wall to see what's scaring them, but my mom pulled me back. She said it was the angel of death. That piqued my curiosity even more. What does it look like? So while they're whispering and discussing what to do, I tried to peek again. This time, my mom was not able to pull me, and I was horrified by what I saw. The staircase of this house, by the way, is U-shaped, and it's in front of this huge glass window. Outside that glass window was a woman, dressed in a black robe with a hoodie. The hood of her robe is down, and I can see her pale, white face, her neck-length hair. She was peeping inside the house from the window, like she's trying to find someone. I know she's floating because there's no way she can look into the 2nd floor window with half of her body showing without any problems, holding a huge scythe on her right hand. My aunt's husband pulled me in again, but it was too late. I already saw the lady they were hiding from. The angel of death is a woman, and it's a good thing she didn't see me. I can no longer remember how that night ended, but I overheard my aunt and my mom talk about it the next morning. They thought I wouldn't understand, but I did, even though I was only 4 years old. I became so afraid of that stairwell ever since. My aunt and her husband, who was with me at that time, died 9 years after that. When I opened up to my mom and asked her about that event back in 2021, she brushed me off angrily. She died a couple of weeks after due to a heart attack. My other aunt visited me after she learned about my mom's passing, and during our conversation I tried to confirm with her if my childhood story was true or if it was just my dream. She brushed me off too. She died from diabetes 30 days after my mother. I told my sisters about the story a year after my mom passed, back in 2021, and my eldest sister told me that she made some research about people who had an encounter with the angel of death way before I told her my story. And most of the people who saw her told her the same story. It's a woman with neck-length hair, wearing a black robe with a hoodie, carrying a huge scythe. Up to this day, I never got the confirmation from my mom or anyone that it was a dream, because no one would like to confirm. And everyone that I encountered that angel of death with that night already passed away.